Hi, I'm Tina. I'm a Supreme Court certified family mediator in the state of Florida, and I specialize in working with parents who are trying to get from the point of deciding to get divorced to the point of being divorced with as little conflict and cost as possible. I have a pretty unique mediation process. I view myself as more of a guide, helping you sort of get through this process, understand the process, first of all, and understand all your options. And then helping break it down into a really manageable format for parents who are doing this for the first time. Usually parents find me in sort of this overwhelmed state where they don't even know where to start. Do we hire lawyers? How do we go about this? And they really don't want to end up spending their life savings, hating each other, and they're looking for guidance. So what I do is I break things down and I meet with my families once a week. For either 1 or 2 hours, depending how fast they want to move through the process. And we always start with a parenting plan, which is one of the documents you're going to need in order to file for divorce with a minor child in the state of Florida. And then we eventually make our way to the marital settlement agreement, which is the financial agreement. So by breaking it down, 1 hour at a time, we really are able to give you that time to digest things, figure out what's best for the both of you, best for your children. Make sure you understand and feel comfortable with the decisions that you're making. I'm a big screen sharer. I love, when I draft language, I make sure that you guys can see everything that you're agreeing to and that the language really resonates with you and really encompasses the spirit of your agreement, right? What's important to me as a mediator is to try to help both people focus on the bigger picture and break it down in a way that doesn't feel as overwhelming and help you rebuild your communication too. A lot of times the communication gets really fragmented at the end of a marriage, and so we really have an opportunity in mediation, meeting once a week to rebuild that communication and learn how to speak professionally. So basically we meet once a week, we get the parenting plan done, we then pivot to the marital settlement agreement, which contains everything from child support, spousal support or alimony, division of assets, how you're going to deal with the house, how you're going to deal with the cars, life insurance, any of that type of stuff. And then we go from there to, bringing in professionals as needed, right? So I'm big on that. If, you've got a mortgage that you're trying to figure out what to do with, I'll get you connected with a mortgage consultant that I work with to look at all the options and try to figure out what can you even do here. And a lot of times there's a ton of creative solutions if both people are really willing to work as a team to figure out what the best options are for everyone. And we bring in the right professionals with that expertise. Same goes for pension, same goes for if you have unique issues with having a business and you've got to figure out how to split that, we can get you connected with financial professionals who are able to help you evaluate that and figure out how to divide it up. There's a lot we can do in mediation because the setting is focused on resolution and focused on peace and not focused on conflict and, fighting as long and as hard as possible. So, generally it's really a wonderful part of the process to see families go from, day one feeling a little bit fearful almost of what's to come. And then by the end of our process, which, I'd say my average clients are in that, maybe 14, 15 hour range, we get to that end of that process and you could just see the relief. We got through this, we made the decisions, we feel good about the decisions, and now we can move on to the next chapter and co-parent the kids, and that's really what it's about. So if you're looking for a solution that is not the, traditional way to do this process and you want help getting there, I would love to speak with you. I do free consultations with everyone to see if this is something that makes sense in your case. And if not, then I'm more than happy to get you connected to other resources as well. But by the time you end mediation with me, you end up with a parenting plan, a marital settlement agreement, you'll have child support guidelines, and you'll also be able to bring in attorneys at any time. That's a big part of this, is making sure you have access to legal advice if you want it. I connect clients to attorneys all the time, and I have many attorneys who are willing to work in kind of that more hourly capacity to just consult as needed. which is a really good resource for clients who are just trying to keep it really, low intervention and get through the process with as few professionals and as few expenses as possible. So if this sounds like something that might be a fit for your family, I would love to chat with you. You can book a consultation with me through the website, and best wishes.